Are you disappointed by Bridgerton Season 3 so far? Do you want something else to read while you wait for the last 4 episodes? I got you. Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it is a spur of the moment one. I just finished watching Bridgerton this past week. It is Saturday, you're seeing this on Sunday, and if you're like me where you just felt like a little lackluster with the season so far, I have a stack of historical romances next to me that you can pick up and read right now, and it'll give you all of the drama, all of the all of the extravagance that we wanted from season 3, if that makes sense. So I have, like I said, a stack of historic romances to talk about, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. So for the first one I want to talk about is one that I read a little while ago, but now I'm dying to reread it because it has the lessons in seduction trope done so well. So we all know in season 3 when Colin and Penelope, it's like, you know, Colin is supposed to help Penelope in the show to, you know, find a suitor because she doesn't have any. And that really goes nowhere. In A Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe, Kit or Christopher Ward definitely shows our female character Alice all about the lessons in seduction and how to find a suitor, find a husband in like the fastest way. I loved this book. If you love a like friends to lovers with like I said, the lessons in seduction where he is like a playboy and a rake, but he is the one who falls first and falls hard because he is starting to fall for her actual like seduction techniques that he taught her, and I loved it so much. I love the kind of like meddling friends a little bit in this book too. It was such a good read. It's one that if you are looking for the drama, the angst, the tension between the characters that you really didn't feel from Penelope and Colin, definitely read this book. I love this one. This historical is so good. Joanna Shupe is one of my favorite historical romance authors, as well as Lorraine Heath. So I read this book, which is The Notorious Lord Knightley this year. I think it was in January, and I loved it. If you are a fan of second chance romance with all of the drama, then you need to read this book. And there's secrets in this book that come out that I literally was so shocked when it actually came out because I just wasn't expecting that. I love that our female character, she is now, you see, writing these, she's like an author, but she's writing these like not so ladylike stories, if that makes sense, and everyone is like struck by like, oh my god, how could someone write this? But also, who is this about? Is it Lord K? Like, is Lord K Lord Knightley? Because Lord K is like the character in the book, and so people are trying to like piece all of those things together. I loved it. I love the tension. I love the angst in this book. Like I said, if you love a second chance romance, you're gonna love this historical. I just loved every second of the audiobook, so if you were looking for another angsty book, pick up this one. So good. Really, any of Lorraine Heath's books are so good. They all have a lot of angst and tension, which I love. The next book I have is an Anastasia retelling, and that is The Princess and the Rogue by Kate Bateman. So with a lot of historic romances, you may see that this is like first in a series, second in a series. This one is the third in the series. You can read them completely standalone and you won't miss anything. It's just like it follows similar characters, but in this case, our female character is basically a princess. She is hiding away. She ran away. She's now in hiding in London, and she meets this guy in a very hilarious way. He thinks that she is just a woman who lives in a brothel. That makes sense. We'll allude to that. And so he doesn't really think anything of her, but then he realizes there's a lot more to her than what he was thinking. I love these kind of like reimaginings of like a princess in hiding type of a thing. If you're a fan of like those early 2000s princess movies, that's what this book gave me, the vibes that it gave me. I loved it, but obviously in a more historical setting. I loved it. I love the secrets. I love that they have to kind of like work together once he realizes who she actually is. And yeah, this is also a really good one. Very addicting. The audiobook is so good if you're looking for just like that it's just the book that's gonna itch that scratch that you wanted but didn't get from Bridgerton. If you can't tell, I wasn't a fan of the Bridgerton season. The next one I have is a little bit darker of a historical romance. If you love morally gray heroes, if you love a not so great guy that does a lot of bad things, then you're gonna love The Hunter by Kerrigan Byrne. This is one of my all-time favorite historical romances, and The Hunter follows Christopher Argent, and Christopher Argent has had a horrible life. There are triggers for this book, so definitely know that going in. Not a lot of historicals have trigger warnings, but this one definitely does. But Christopher Argent has watched his mom die in jail when she was brutally assaulted, and he kind of has grown up to be this assassin. He will take whatever job comes along. And when he is supposed to assassinate Millie, who is this beautiful woman that, you know, is, I think she's an opera singer if I'm not mistaken, but she performs on stage. So she is very well known. Like, people would notice if she went missing. When he goes to assassinate her, he realizes that she has a son. And he is thrown back to when him and his mom were really young and people wanted to hurt her, and he had to sit and watch that. And he makes it a point to, you know what, instead of assassinating her, I'm going to take her under my wing, because I know if I don't do it, they're going to pay another assassin to do it, and I am going to make sure that she and her son is protected. And so it turns into like this bodyguard trope a little bit, where he's like protecting her, and he has this like really cute relationship that develops with her son, and the romance between them is like so tension filled. It's like, here, like, he's trying to be a good man even though he is morally gray, and he knows like he's not a good man, but he's trying to be a gentleman with like the little touches and this and that, like the holding hands. Like, it is so sweet but also like super dark at the same time. I really love this one. I've reread it a couple times. I love this historical romance. I love Christopher Argent so much. The next one I want to mention is The Spinster and the Rake by Eva Devon. Now, this is a definitely more of a marriage of convenience of historical romance. Our female character is a spinster, and she walks into the library during this ball at this person's house because she just wants to get away. She's so tired of the balls. She's so tired of all of that. She's so tired of being the center of attention because she's still a spinster and she doesn't have a husband. So she goes to sit in this library, and our main male character, the Rake, comes in and is like, what are you doing here? Well, they get caught, and now they're forced to get married. Because if they're caught in a compromising position, obviously, they have to get married because she would be ruined, okay? I love this one. It was so good. This was my first Eva Devon book, but I really loved the story. It was so good. I thought it was so sweet because while they have a marriage of convenience, they still have this like friendship that develops first between them, and I love the way that she takes care of him and is like very considerate of how like orderly and how he likes certain things. I love this one. So good. Now, the last one I want to mention, this is a female-female historical romance, and it's The Perks of Loving a Wallflower by Erica Ridley. So Erica Ridley has a lot of historicals in this series that I've really liked, but this one I read in literally one sitting. I sat down on a couch one day and I just flew through the whole book. I love this. So it's obviously female, so obviously same-sex couples back in the historical time was not, it was very frowned upon, I guess you could say, in the nicest way. And one of our female characters, she actually like dresses up as a guy. So the whole series follows these like foster siblings that are kind of like in this home together. They've kind of grown up together. They are brothers and sisters. Found family is amazing in this book, but she dresses up as a guy to like go out and do things, and that's when she meets our other main character, Philippa, and they kind of start their relationship with Philippa thinking that Tommy is a actual man, but it comes out that she's a woman, and it is so sweet. This romance was like sweet, but also touches on like a lot of very important subjects. But I'll tell you, the found family is one of my favorites in this book. Like, I think that's why I ate it up, because I loved it so much. So yeah, I feel like Erica Ridley is actually a very like not well known historical romance author, but definitely check out her stuff. But those are all of the historical romance recommendations I have for you. So if you are stuck and you want to read something to kind of get you to the last 4 episodes of Bridgerton that gives you all of the drama and all of the angst and all of the hand touches, definitely pick up one of these. I'll have them all linked in the description box below for you. For the emoji, you can drop me a dress emoji in the comments down below, because all the women always constantly wear dresses. They never wear pants. Ever, because they're not really allowed to. But drop me a dress emoji in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!